Hey guys, and welcome to Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Coming to talk to you guys, obviously, about interracial dating. I'm gonna just show you a video because obviously, I did a video, a talk over or voiceover, a few days ago about obviously why this gentleman was talking about how and the reasons why he dates white women. And what's really interesting is I typed into Google why white men date black women, and actually it's very sparse in terms of conversation as to why they date black women. I'll definitely be diving in a bit more in different articles and stuff like that as well, but upon YouTube it was hard to find. But what I did find was just a little video, and I thought I'd share this with you. Probably stop at some intervals and kind of just show you a few things about relationships. Guys, already, if you haven't done it already, make sure you like, share, subscribe, click on the bell button for notification of the uploads. We appreciate it.
I did not expect to marry, like, this straight up from Italy, like, white man, ever.
First of all, my guy was definitely feeling some type of way when she said that. And actually, when I watch the video later on, you're going to see it as well. She mentioned something else, which I don't know if she's paying attention to the way she's delivering stuff, but obviously my man is not taking it. I wouldn't say badly, but obviously I think it could be delivered a little better. But you know, like, and this is the funny thing. So you have a black woman there who's saying that, you know, she didn't expect to date or marry a white guy. And the truth of the matter is that black women tend to be a bit more loyal than the black males. Why that is, I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I think black women have been policed for so long that I think freedom in terms of dating out of their race has been something that has been exterminated, or I should say even so heavily frowned upon that it's unreal. I think obviously when black women do start to date outside of race, black men will definitely fix up when they start to realize that they're not the only ones that black women are facing or wanting. Do you know what I mean?
My family tended to use the word Oriental a lot.
Not out of spite or disrespect.
Not out of spite. That's just what they thought, and I was like, that is a rug, and Brian is Taiwanese.
When my folks got married, they wouldn't have been allowed to be in certain states at the time. You know, in terms of like, you know, multi-ethnic families, like they were actually the real groundbreakers.
So my friends have told me that Asian men aren't sexy, but look at Ken. I think Ken is so sexy.
Verified.
When I came with my Brazilian black girlfriend and say, welcome to the family, and my mom and my dad were fascinated.
People think we're related, for one thing. Everyone's like about the same. They're kind of like, there's a little bit of Asian-y inside the eyes.
I always just thought I would be with, you know, an American black guy. When I was a little girl, that's what I would fantasize about. That's kind of what my family, you know, expected.
Doesn't matter where.
Hold on, before we let him speak and say anything else, my girl said that's what I used to fantasize about. It's probably the wrong word, and probably the wrong word used in front of this gentleman, because the way he was looking, again, his eyebrows were doing also so screw-woof. I know he felt a certain type of way when she said fantasize, because and then it sounds like obviously if she fantasized about black guys, this is probably in his head. He's probably spinning. He's probably thinking to himself, if that's the case, blood, then maybe she's fantasizing about black guys now. You know, like, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too much. I don't know. Let's continue with it.
She's from. It doesn't matter the color of her skin. I mean, if we get along, we get along.
The difference in our culture really didn't come into play.
If you just strike up a...
I have to pause that. When I hear people say the difference in culture didn't come into play, I question that. What culture are you talking about? And what culture do you subscribe to? There's no way that anybody on this earth has no culture. The word culture comes from the word to cultivate. We've all been cultivated into different cultures. Now, some obviously have a mix and a blend. For instance, within the UK, we have, what we call first generation African or Caribbean culture. We have then the second wave of Caribbean African culture. We'll have a third wave of African Caribbean British culture. Okay, and each of those will have subsets of cultures within them. You subscribe to parts of the culture, but predominantly UK black culture is a mix of African and Caribbean. In America, I'm sure probably not much is the same. But you subscribe to a culture. Even if you're black and you subscribe to a British culture, being culturally white, or British culturally British, Irish, whatever, you subscribe to a particular culture. So when people say, obviously, our cultures didn't clash, it probably means because your predominant culture, you actually meet on the same level. For instance, if I'm born in UK and I meet another, like whenever I'm trying to find a partner, by the way, guys, I'm taken. Whenever I'm trying to find a partner, I look for someone who has also been in UK, born and bred, but will have a culture either of African or Caribbean. So they're like myself, where they're second wave, right? Where my parents came over from Africa, but I was born here, and so the partner I desire oftentimes is someone who meets me on that same plane, which is that their parents also came over and they're British born. Okay, and the way they're British born and been around, obviously, culturally black folks or whatever, we meet on the same plane. We have the same jokes, the same history, we have the same taste in food and drinks. Now there are going to be different variations in that, but we meet on a certain plane. Yeah. The way we understand the world, etc., etc. So, culture is very much important, and it's very much a part of who we choose. Choosing someone from an opposite culture requires for one culture to suffer at least, because if you're very strong on that culture, you can't have both dominating cultures. One has to surrender. There has to be an overriding culture, and the reason why that is because that's what allows you guys to speak the same language. Anyway, let's go on.
Conversation with people, even if they look really different than you, there's a high likelihood that you'll find something in common.
It's scary that, right now things used to be so easy, so safe to be different, to be an immigrant. Now it feels like there's this big pushback, and even kids started feeling it.
Even though it seems like we're at the most racially tense moment in history, all of a sudden, I think it's really just sort of
It's just
a stopgap before
the tide.
So yeah, guys, that was just a little video of just dating with interracial couples. Let us know what you think. I actually quite like the video. I think it's very simplistic, very simple, and very easy to deal with. And yeah, I'll try and find some more videos around interracial relationships and just see if we can have a bit more conversation around those areas. Well, guys, if you liked what we did, make sure you like, share, subscribe. Leave a comment down below as well. Let us know your thoughts. And yeah, just make sure you enjoy Little Black Book. You know what time it is. Don't forget to get your minerals.